Adam Lerner, and welcome to this week's Friday Flickr Photo Critique. And we are hailing these photos from Australia. Good day. Yeah, sorry, Australians. That was not a very good day. However, Simon Baker has sent us this set. Simon has been a photo enthusiast for a couple of years now. He is now upgraded to a D7000, shooting mainly landscapes, dabbling in portraits, some macro and seascapes, yada yada. He loves shooting with the 11-16 and some GND filters. He's also got a bunch of other glass and yada yada. And yeah, let's just go with that. Okay, so Simon is a master of the long exposure. He's also using ND filters or neutral density filters, which will close down or basically block light from the camera without obstructing the optical quality, okay? And the reason for that is that you can take a long exposure during the day, but be able to have more control over your exposure. And this is no exception. Let's just look at this. This is from one raw file. It's with the it's 11 millimeters, 15 seconds, f9, ISO 100. Now that's another thing. If you're going to do a long exposure, you want a very teeny aperture because you want to be shooting at the sharpest point of that lens. You want to do the lowest ISO so you get the least amount of noise. And he's got 2 3-stop filters, so he's stopping down 6 stops. So really, really, really nice work. And look at the color he's got here. Look at the mist that's on the water over here. Look at the shine and the smooth, slippery rocks, but this lovely kind of like textural detail. I mean, you know, you can get lost in these kind of images. And, you know, interestingly, most people like to shoot landscapes as landscape. And and Simon decided to do this in portrait mode. Now, I'm looking really closely here, and I'm just wondering if this is sensor dust over here or what. One of the problems that all of us encounter is that when we shoot with small apertures, particularly in a bright situation, whether you're shooting against a sky, particularly a sky or a white wall or something like that, any kind of dust that you're going to see that's on that sensor is going to really, really, really show up. Whereas when you're shooting, let's say at f3.2 or f2.8, okay, those little pieces of dust, they really kind of get blown out. So I'm thinking this little area over here might be sensor dust. It's not a big deal. It's going to happen to all the best of us, particularly guys like Simon who are changing lenses on the beach and whatnot. All it means is that you need to just go into your local camera store and get it cleaned. All right, let's move on. This one is called Bench Warmer. Let's just see what this one's up here. Again, a single raw file. I'm very happy about that. 1/50th of a second, f5, 100. He's got the neutral density filters on. You know, Simon is going for really colorful stuff here. You know, the thing that I like about Simon's work is that it's cohesive. It's got a certain point of view. It looks like it would be really nice to put in a travel guide. I mean, this is very compelling. I like the idea of this. I'm not 100% sure if I'm sold on looking at the back of the bench. I don't think it's aesthetically that pleasing in contrast to all this. But again, I think the exposure is really nice, and I like it. I like the colors. All right, let's see, back to it. You know, this really works. You know, you've got the sun kind of being blocked by a building over here. And you got a whole bunch of lovely colors and a nice perspective. Really works. Found it. Well, another one of these gorgeous long exposures where you've got that silky smooth sky and water. Again, I'm seeing sensor dust in here, dude. Okay, so Simon, just go out and get your sensor cleaned. It's really not a big deal. I don't know what it's like in Australia, but there's plenty of camera shops that'll do it, and then it only takes, and honestly, it only takes 10 minutes. They'll say, oh, we need your camera 24 hours. Literally, it takes 10 minutes, if that. I don't recommend people do it themselves because if you don't really know what you're doing, I wouldn't be sticking stuff and swabbing your sensor like that. But hey, if you're a real crafty person, you can certainly try to give it a go. Real nice. Look, real nice colors, very kind of postcard-esque, almost surreal. I don't even know where the heck this thing is. You know, it's another 15-second exposure. This was f13. He's got a couple of different neutral density filters on there. Yep. So really, really nice. And I don't mind the crop. The one thing I'm not a fan of is this little thing over here. The putting watermarks on your images. I'm not a big fan. I think it takes away from the image. I think if you want, maybe put a little box along the border along the bottom. But look, if you're worried about somebody stealing this image, that would be so easy to correct in Photoshop and or crop out. If you really want to watermark it so nobody steals it, do it across the whole darn thing. Otherwise, to me, don't bother. All right, nice late evening blue panorama, long exposure, beautiful color. Right off the bat, I'm noticing that it might be dipping a little bit down to the right over there. An easy fix. But again, really solid, beautiful, long exposure. And I like the fact that this dock is leading your eye out into the sea. Again, we've got another lovely long exposure, beautiful color. I love the way the colors in the rocks match the color in the sky. Everything is, we've got like deep, strong textures over here and smooth ones over there and law of thirds and all the other kind of good stuff going on. So quite lovely, Simon. Really, really enjoying looking at your set. Makes me want to go there for sure. I mean, certainly one of those top places I want to be. I was in a band, or I guess I'm still in a band, with an Australian singer, and he recently moved back to Australia for a big job. But we still do shows when he comes to New York City, and one of these days I just got to get down there and have a visit with everybody down there, because it just seems like a wonderful place to see. And here we've got Red Dawn. Really interesting place over here. I could honestly see that this would be a great place for a photo shoot, particularly if you wanted to do portraits, maybe something fashiony. I love all the textures that are going on here. And again, you've got this beautiful gradation in the sky and, just really cool stuff. Kicking and dragging. Here we go again. I mean, just another one of those beautiful travel shots. I mean, I really honestly think that you could potentially, sell these to a travel guide or something. I mean, these are just really, really strong, well done shots. Very nice. I love the kind of the motion that's going on here in this kind of craggly piece of wood. But your eye is drawn with the nice reflective light to this couple that's just kind of walking on the beach. They're very nice, serene, and well shot. And then we've got Party of Five. That's very cool. I love it. You got the 5 fishermen over there. And what really works about this and what's really clever is that you've got this little array of buildings over there that kind of offsets these two guys over here. And of course, who could deny that sky? So again, really nice panoramic crop. I like the way that works. I think it really works for your style. And then we've got Sorrento Sunset. Yeah, again, lovely. I mean, just beautiful sky, beautiful color. The reflection really works well. And as far as, travel lifestyle, just to have this dude with his bike over there, potentially a fishing pole, maybe the motion was blurred because you did a long exposure. Again, really nice work. So, Simon, I want to thank you for sending me this set. It's really, really solid work. I think you've got a fantastic eye. I think you really know what you're doing when it comes to doing landscape and long exposures, using those neutral density filters to really stop things down so that you can really control the light, particularly in daytime situations, which is not easy to do at all. And I like the fact that your set is cohesive. I like that, you've really got a certain style, both in your shooting style and your editing style. Really, really nice work. So any of you guys out there that are looking to send in a photo critique, please send in your 10 best, either in a Flickr set or a 500 pic set, to adamlearnerphoto@gmail.com. As I've said, I'd like for you guys to send me a cohesive set. So keep that in mind when you're sending it. That's it for now, and we'll see you soon.